Hello everyone watching this video. Today I'd like to talk about the kind of loneliness that I know well, the kind I've experienced myself, and the kind I truly understand. And I'm not asking you to agree with me, this is simply my personal experience. So, the footage in the background is my Minecraft gameplay, and that's exactly where I'd like to begin. So, when I was a kid, I absolutely loved Minecraft. Well, honestly, I still do. Back then, I always dreamed of playing the real version of the game because I never really owned it, and I didn't have the money to buy it, and I didn't even know how people downloaded or purchased it. Then one day I went over to a friend's house. At the time, we were working together on a little project of ours, and that was the first time when he showed me the real Minecraft. Multiplayer servers, the ability to play with other people, and my emotions completely took over. I really had no idea there was so much you could do in the game, and of course, if you told a kid today about something like that, they probably wouldn't be surprised because the internet is much more accessible now, and people grow up surrounded by information. Anyway, I went home and started saving the lunch money my parents gave me every day, so I could buy a legitimate copy of Minecraft. It took me a while, but eventually I saved enough. And I followed every step my friend had shown me, and somehow it worked. So for the first time in my life, I was playing the official version of Minecraft. And I don't think I've ever been so happy over such a small victory because, after spending thousands of hours in the game, in the Minecraft, I realized that playing alone wasn't fun anymore. I played on servers like PvP, PvE, mod packs, survival worlds, pretty much everything. Yet none of it was truly interesting on my own. And at the time, I thought the problem was the game itself. I believed that after spending so many hours in Minecraft, I had simply gotten bored, and that if I moved on to the other games like CS or Dota, I would somehow get that feeling back, that excitement, that joy, But the problem was never the game. The problem was me, and the way I understood the world. I think that's when I first understood what loneliness actually felt like. Life keeps moving forward, everyone continues on their own path. You move forward, I move forward, but there's no one walking beside you, no one driven by the same thoughts, the same ideas. And Minecraft simply confirmed what I already believed back then, I'd say. Later I enrolled in a technical university, and it was probably one of the most difficult periods of my life because preparing for the entrance exams took up almost all of my time that I had back then, and I rarely went out or did anything just for fun. Playing games or etc. To be honest, I wanted to get into the best university I could, so I spent most of my days alone with my laptop and my books, And this year I finished my first year, and I'm convinced that going to the university was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. My life changed completely. I met a lot of people, made many friends, learned how to live on my own in a dorm, and gain a lot of knowledge in my field of study, but nothing beyond that, I'd say. Whenever we whenever we went out together or just spent time somewhere with my uni friends, I always felt like I didn't quite belong because on paper everything seemed perfect. I was surrounded by people I genuinely liked, and we shared similar interests and ways of thinking, let's say. But somehow in a room full of people, I still felt alone. And I'm not saying this to make anyone feel sorry for me or anything else. It's simply a thought that's been on my mind for a long time, because I'm certain there's someone watching this video who's living through these exact moments right now and has no idea what to do with these thoughts. What a beautiful game Minecraft is. I remember one evening when I was taking the bus back to my dorm after university. The bus was completely full when two teenagers got on, and they were passionately talking about something, maybe an exam, maybe something else. I don't really know. And I caught myself wondering, do I have someone I can talk to like that? I thought about it for a moment, and the answer is yes and no. Sure, I can talk about exams or things that connect us to university with my friends, but not about something deeper, I'd say. Either they wouldn't understand me, or I simply wouldn't want to open up in the first place. So I think that's what loneliness really is, because like when your heart still has room for other people, when you've learned how to love yourself, yet there is an impossible to explain desire to feel complete, not because you simply want someone to talk to, or because you're trying to fill the emptiness with just anyone, not because you want to escape loneliness at any cost, but because you genuinely want to change your mindset, to find people you truly enjoy spending time with, people you can grow alongside. Oh, speaking of that, after I came back to my hometown for the summer break, I thought things would finally get better, feel different. After all, my old friends were here. We used to have so much fun together, right? And that's what I thought. Just yesterday, I went out with them again, and honestly, nothing had really changed. Maybe it's me, but I don't see any spark anymore, nor desire to grow, nor ambition to change their lives. The strange part is that they still want to be friends with me, so I feel caught between two different worlds. On one hand, I wonder whether I really want friends who seem content with standing still while life moves on. And on the other hand, am I just being arrogant? Am I incapable of being friends with people unless they give me something, I gain something from them? I honestly don't know. I'd like to step away from the main topic for a moment and tell you about something that happened in my life. Looking back, there was a park near my house when I used to walk almost every day after school and my classes. And I kept noticing the same bird. It was always alone. To be honest, I don't know much about birds, but this one had a very distinctive feature. Its tail was badly damaged, and whenever I sat down on a bench scrolling to social media or listening to podcasts or something, it was always somewhere nearby. Somewhere standing on the path, or maybe sometimes perched on the next bench, sometimes sitting in a tree, and somehow I always saw it. and over time it became a sort of companion during those quiet afternoons. Not because we shared any kind of connection, of course, but because every time I came to that park, it was just there. It was his place. So yeah, and a couple of months passed after seeing it almost every day. I learned where it lived, where the nest was, what it ate, and even when people usually came to feed it. On weekends, I would visit the park at different times, and little by little, I started recognizing its routine. So, over the weeks, I even noticed its tail beginning to heal. It wasn't perfect, but it looked better than before. So then one day something happened, and that day the bird came closer to me than ever before. For a brief moment, it almost felt like it was looking straight into my eyes. Yeah, and I looked back. A few seconds later, it flew towards the nest. Then suddenly, another bird appeared, and then another, and then another, and they were its chicks. And after that day, I never saw it again, not even once. I don't know if that bird was ever lonely. Maybe I was the lonely one. Maybe I had spent a month projecting my own feelings onto a creature that was simply living its life. I don't know. But when I saw those chicks, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Maybe the bird had just simply moved on. Maybe it finally had somewhere else to be, the safe place, let's call it. I don't know. But for some reason, I was so happy for it, like it was my chicks. Well, maybe loneliness does not appear overnight, and maybe there isn't a magical person who's going to change everything, but I still believe that somewhere out there are people who will never have to pretend around, and maybe that's enough reason to keep looking. Yeah, so this is probably the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching it. It ended up being a short one, but I really hope you enjoyed this kind of content, and if you did, I'll try to do my best to make more videos like this. If you did, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching.